Welcome Madridistas to the first Buzz Madrid match review. So we're gonna be talking about the game last night from um, Real Madrid versus Leganes. Um, Overall, what a performance! I mean, going into the game, I was very worried not having Valverde in the midfield, having him to play right back. Um, right before, about 2 days before the game, Courtois being announced to be back in the lineup, um, which I'll get to Courtois in a bit. Um, and there's just a lot of stuff to cover. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go over some match ratings. These are my personal match ratings of what I think everyone was. So let's start with Courtois. So Thibaut is a very tricky one, just because he he faced zero shots last night, and with the ball at his feet was very um he just wasn't how he usually is. I think personally he's a very good ball playing goalkeeper. I think last night was not the best display that he's ever put for us. So purely because of that, and because he didn't face any shots, I'm gonna give him a 6.5. And yeah, it's just, I don't think it's his best performance. I think he can definitely do a lot better. Fede Valverde, man. Now going into this game, I was very worried, right? Because with Fede Valverde at right back, we have never won a game. He has played right back for us 4 times in his career, and in all 4 of those games, we did not win. So it was very worrying for me, um, especially with the wing backs, of Leganes and how they play. It was very worrying because Valverde likes to play high up the pitch, especially, I mean, not Valverde specifically, but the right hand side likes to play very high up the pitch. Our fullbacks are very attacking, especially our right back. Carvajal, Vasquez, and yesterday Valverde. What a display! I mean, defensively solid, going forward amazing. His ball carrying ability is just beautiful. His passing range is amazing. His his shots, I mean, this his shooting needs to be studied. It has to be studied. There's no reason for him to be shooting that well. No reason at all. And for that, I think he was our best player last night. I'm gonna give him a 9.5, and give him a little star as well for man of the match. Good, great performance from Valverde. Next, Asensio, Raúl Asensio. Honestly, I wasn't skeptical. I was very excited to watch him play because, as you guys know, he made his debut for us against Osasuna, put on a great display. It was just a glimpse of what's yet to come, but it was amazing. Today starts his first game for Real Madrid. Just wow, just wow. His composure on the ball, defensively in the first half, I felt he was a bit, he was trying to rush into tackles and win the ball as quickly as possible, which is very understandable. However, I'm sure Ancelotti had a word with him at halftime. Just calm down a bit, let things happen naturally. And in the second half, defensively, his reading, his passing, his ball playing ability is just unbelievable. There's really nothing else more to say about his ball playing, but it's just amazing. And yeah, just I think an 8.3 is fair. I think that's a very fair rating. Rudiger, no, Rudiger hasn't been his best self this season. Um, I believe. I mean, last season he was the best centre back in the world. This season, he is not as good as he was last season, but he's still an amazing, amazing option to have. He is an amazing centre back, and I will always stand by Rudiger because he really does defend with so much passion, and I love passionate defenders. I just love it. Puyol, Ramos, these are all passionate defenders, which I love. I love for my centre backs to be passionate. Now, it wasn't. I would say it is one of his better performances from the season. So I'm not gonna be too cruel. Him and Asensio were, they played very well together. So I'm not gonna put them too far off. I'm gonna give him a 7.7, and I feel like that's fair. Yeah, just overall good performance. Fran Garcia. um, Defensively, horrible. Going forward, you have to give this man props. So going forward, this man is he's nearly as good as it gets from a fullback going forward. He's very, very solid going forward. Defensively, he is very shaky though. You know, Cruz, their wing back, their right wing back, he he really put Fran Garcia through it. He really did. And I think going forward, he's amazing. I think he pairs up very nice with Vinny. His forward runs are really good. His passing could do a bit of tweaking, but overall, a very decent performance. First half, horrific. Second half, he did bounce back and play really well in the second half. So I'm just going to go with a 7.0. I think that's fair. Camavinga. Camo. I'm just before I say anything, 9.0. I think he was tied for second best player with another player, which I will get to. Defensively, amazing. Ball carrying, amazing. His ability to pick out passes, amazing. I mean, it just doesn't get better than this, does it? I mean, this is what I want from a deep line playmaker. From a CDM, this is what I want. His ability on ball is unmatched. His composure is unbelievable. It's just, this is what we expected Tchouaméni to be. This is not, I mean, I knew Camavinga was amazing. This is not what I expected him to be. I expect him to be an elite box-to-box. Going forward, he is amazing. And Tchouaméni to be the holding. But he's taking Tchouaméni's role as if it's nothing. And I don't blame him. He is playing absolutely amazing ever since Tchouaméni was out. Honestly, since coming back from injury, man, we have to give him a round of applause. Please. What a performance. Dani Ceballos. Again, one of the better performances I've seen this man put out. Usually, I don't like Dani Ceballos because I feel he plays the game at his own tempo. And I don't really like that. I like for the whole team to have... He plays at his own tempo without setting the tempo for the team, if that makes sense. Toni Kroos would play at his own tempo, but he would make the whole team play at his tempo, whilst Dani Ceballos plays at his own tempo when everyone else is at a higher tempo. So that's why I believe most of the time he plays, I'm like, oh my god, this man, I don't want him to play. However, today, he had the most duels the most duels in the game from both teams. Honestly, great performance. I'm gonna give him a 7.9. Not quite an 8, but 7.9 I feel fair. Arda Güler. Once again, what a performance. I mean, I have been saying this. How does this man not start more games? I don't get it. I don't understand how he doesn't start more games. He is a sensation to watch. He is absolutely amazing on the ball. His passing is amazing. His vision, his set pieces, just everything about him is just, it's amazing. It's just amazing. He did get an assist. I mean, the Valverde goal, if you could call that an assist. But I mean, it does take a lot of skill to be able to stop that ball right on place for Valverde to hit a good ball. But I mean, I think again, one of our best players on the pitch, Jude Bellingham. Now, I'm actually very annoyed. He played amazing yesterday, and he has been for the past, this entire season, he's been a very good player. He's been very good this entire season. Obviously, he hasn't been scoring, which is what everyone will look at, because last season, 20 plus goal season from a midfielder, never, or like seen before, but like very rare. And it's just, I don't think people understand that Jude Bellingham is so much more than goals to Real Madrid, to any team he plays on. He is so much more than goals. His defensive work rate, his attacking work rate, his work rate in general is just on point. I mean, like, he does everything for you, really. Like this, I think he's the perfect 10. He literally does everything for you. He will do everything for the team, and that's why I'm going to give him a 9.0 as well. He does everything right. Everything right. He picks out the right passes. And I think this is what he kind of missed last season, was the passes. Although he was very good playmaking last season, the passes he was picking out weren't really the best passes. However, this season, I believe the passes he's picking out, very good. Defensively, he's been very good. Ball carrying, oh my god, man. Watching this guy carry the ball through the middle playing it to Vinny, playing it to Mbappe, playing to Arda. It's just a joy to watch. It's just a joy to watch. But yeah, 9.0. Very close to man of the match. Got his goal at the end. Great. Kiki. Kylian Mbappe. Honestly, him coming off the left, I think the issue we have now is that's his best position. That was probably the best performance he's put out all season. And it was coming off the left, which is where obviously we know he likes to play for France, PSG. That's where he was playing. Vinny's best position is off the left as well. However, I do think Vinny is more suited to play a 9 than Mbappe is. And that's me being completely honest. I think Vinny can play better as a striker than Mbappe can, considering everyone's like, Mbappe, the versatile attacker, play on the right, play on the left, play up top. He can do everything. I don't agree with that. I think he is a left winger, and I think that's his best position. I don't think he can play up top, at least not in a system like this. It just doesn't work. He drifts too much. When he's up top, he moves zero. There's zero movement off the ball. Doesn't make good runs. When he does make a run, he's offside. It's just, I mean, it's a shambles when he's up top. I genuinely, and I think the way we played last season with Rodrigo and Vinny, rotating, I think that's probably the best system. However, we insist on playing a 4-3-3. We're insisting on it, and I don't understand. Ancelotti insisted. I don't get it. I think we should go back to the diamond, play Jude in his 10, have Vinny and Mbappe switching, get the best of both worlds, just like Rodrigo and Vinny last season. I think eventually that's what we will end up playing before Alonso comes, at least towards the end of the season. That's what we'll end up playing, which I'm very excited for, even though I feel we should start now. But overall, 8.6. I think very good performance. Yeah, just great. Vinicius Jr. now. This is a weird one, right? Because people will think, oh, not on the score sheet, he didn't have a good game. The assist he provided when we had Kama, Jude, Arda, Vinny, Mbappe pressing that defense. Kama puts in a great tackle, then Jude puts in a great tackle. Vinny, the ability to get on that ball right away and just snap and just start sprinting at it, to then pick out that Mbappe pass, that's just unbelievable. I mean, what he did was unbelievable. It really, it goes very under the radar what he does, and that was amazing. I believe, I think this wasn't one of his better performances. I'm just gonna give his rating 8.3. I think it was a very average performance, nothing much, but yeah. Nothing really more I can say about that. Now, I mean, yeah, he was just amazing. But yeah, the substitutes that came in, I will only be giving now. I don't think I can give Modric and Endrick a rating because they didn't really have much of a ball. However, Brahim, I think he came on for Arda. Obviously, I'm just gonna give 6.5, but I think he lost the ball a few times. However, his willingness to come back and fight back for the ball, I just loved it. I loved his willingness, and he wanted the ball. He was ball hungry, which I love. I love that. And yeah, I believe he should be playing. I mean, you'll see, but he should definitely be getting more minutes. I think bringing him on the 75th minute was a bit late from Carlo, but yeah. So let's move on to some news. Where should we start? I mean, okay, we'll start here. Zubimendi. Real Madrid are following Martin Zubimendi. Now, this is amazing. I think he's perfect as a Tchouaméni replacement. If the reports are true and we are willing to sell Tchouaméni, I think he is a very, very, very good option to replace Tchouaméni. The reports of wanting Rodri, I do not want Rodri by any means. I don't think he'll fit the system. And personally, I feel we don't need another ego in the locker room. And maybe some of you will think, oh, Rodri has no ego. He's so humble. He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. I don't know if you guys have been seeing the reports of what Rodri's been saying in interviews. That is not a humble footballer. That is not. He won his Ballon d'Or. He's too big for his boots right now. I don't see any way people can look at him and say that's a humble footballer. I don't see it personally, and I don't want that. I don't want that in my locker room. Perez, for some reason, wants that. I don't think anybody else wants that other than Perez. I mean, yeah, but yeah, Zubimendi would be a perfect replacement for Chouameni if we do decide to get rid of him. 4 points behind Barcelona right now, with a game in hand, possibly bringing it down to 1. Now, this game in hand is against a Valencia team, which playing away is tough. Playing Valencia away at Mestalla is tough. Their fans are ruthless, and it's a very tough game. So I'm not saying by any means that this is a 1 point. We're 1 point behind. We are 4 points behind with a game in hand. We still have a game to play. However, I think this is very promising. They eat us in goal difference, but yeah, I'm very, very excited. Atletico Madrid also, by the way, I mean, they're playing good football right now, but yeah, the season's starting to look very, very good. Up until the season was looking very good until we get this news this morning. Vinicius Jr. will be out for 3 weeks. Now, this was very unexpected. A report from Valverde came out today asking about Vinicius Jr. and if he's injured. And everyone in the locker room thought it was just a knock. He'll be easily fine for Liverpool. He'll rest 1 day and then he'll be straight back into training the next. 3 weeks, I think, is crazy to me. That is 6 games he will be missing. Maybe we'll be in time for the Intercontinental Cup final. That's a long time. 3 weeks is a very, very long time. And I'll show you guys how I think we should line up against Liverpool, but this is very, very bad. This is not great. Not good at all. Squad list for Liverpool: Courtois, Lunin, Fran Gonzalez, Bellingham, Camavinga, Valverde, Modric, Arda Güler. Lucas Vazquez makes his way back into the squad for this game. I don't think he will start. I think Valverde will still start. But Vazquez, Vallejo, Fran Garcia, Rudiger, Mendy, Asensio. There are attackers: Mbappe, Endrick, Brahim, and Gonzalo Garcia, who I want to talk briefly about. Our Castilla captain right here. 9 GA in 12 games. Personally, I haven't watched him. I'm not going to sit here and say I watch Castilla. I don't. However, 9 GA in 12 games, looking like a promising 9. He looks like he could be a promising player. But yeah, make sure you guys follow Buzz Madrid. I'd greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Instagram. And here we go. This is how I believe we should line up against Liverpool. Now, some of you will call me crazy. Why are we starting Endrick and not Brahim? Why are we starting Arda and not Brahim? Why is Mendy starting? Why is Modric starting? Why not Ceballos? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of questions. I think the back line is very it speaks for itself. That's just how we're going to start. Why I think Mendy should play over Garcia. Nothing against Garcia. I think going forward, he will be a very big threat. However, I think because of Salah and because of the way Liverpool play, I think Mendy needs to be there to be able to defend Salah. I don't think Frank Garcia could handle Salah. And no, that's not me taking a dig at Garcia. I just don't think he can handle Salah. And I think Mendy, one of the best defensive fullbacks in the world. He is very composed on the ball. Very good ball holding up ability. I think with Mbappe he'll work very well. Now, Camavinga and Modric. Why Camavinga and why Modric? Camavinga, again, self-explanatory. He's been playing amazing football. Why Modric? I think not that we lack the playmaking, but I think he brings more than Ceballos does. And I think that's why he did not play against Leganes, because Ancelotti wanted to rest him for Liverpool, which I completely agree with. I think that was a very, very, very good decision. And yeah, Modric, I'm 99% sure Modric will start next game for Liverpool. Now, Arda, Bellingham, Mbappe. Mbappe is going to have a field day. A field day on that left. Because Trent is out, which means he's going up against Connor Bradley, okay? And let's be honest. You put up Kylian Mbappe versus Connor Bradley, it's a long day for Connor Bradley. Let's be honest. Now, Arda. Brahim. This is the conversations that are going around. I think after yesterday's performance, Arda has to start. He proved that he should start, and he must start. He played so well yesterday that there's no reason to not play him. Whereas Brahim, there's no reason to play him over Arda. You know what I mean? So that's why I think Arda should guaranteed start. Now, Endrick or Brahim is where it gets a bit tricky. Me personally, I believe going for a natural 9 who's not going to drift to the left, he's not going to drift to the right, he's not going to come deep. That's the best way we can break down Liverpool. Is having a natural 9 who can play well with his back to the goal, can turn and shoot. That's what we need. I think Brahim is going to drop too deep, or we're not going to have a threat. We're not going to have an attacking threat. And I think Endrick will allow for Jude to make those runs into the box, make those runs into the final third. Modric to pick out that pass, Güler to pick out that pass into the final third. I think that's the best way we can play. Yeah, so I do believe this is the best lineup that we can put out with all injuries considered. I believe Gonzalez Garcia could play. I don't think he will play. I think Mbappe will most likely move up top. I'm expecting Mbappe to play 90 minutes. Let me just say that. I'm expecting Jude to play 90 minutes. And if we're losing, I expect Mendy to come off and Garcia to come in. Those are, probably what's going to happen. But yeah, man, it's a long day. Liverpool away is never, ever easy for any club in the world. It's not easy. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush. Anfield is not the best. It's not a fun place to go and play at. But we've done it before. We can do it again. Let's see where it goes. Please don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and subscribe. This is the first YouTube video. Please subscribe. This is the Buzz Madrid website where we have 3 articles currently about Jude Bellingham's dream start, the European Clasico between Man City and Real Madrid, and the 2 back-to-back losses versus Barcelona and AC Milan. So please go read those articles. They're very enjoyable. And thank you guys so much. I will be uploading a video on Thursday of the match review of the Liverpool game. Just talking about the Champions League and what I think. And yeah, till then, see you guys later.